Hello and greetings, fellow StarCrafters. PGO Minecraft here with game number 3 between the players Complexity MVP DongRaeGu, the blue Zerg at the top, and Fnatic TT1, Fnatic MSI TT1, the pink Protoss player down here at the bottom. This map is Tal'Darim Altar, a very, very large map, first debuted at the GSL, and oh my god, DongRaeGu is actually not building any drones right now. And okay, so I did see a drone. So he did build his first drone, canceled it again. I guess so he can change his mind for those 17 seconds. Not quite sure why he does that, but you do get a full refund if you cancel the drone being built. You just lose the larva. But since he'll have the larva anyway. But anyway, we do see a 6 pool coming along now. Which way did his overlord is actually going the wrong direction. Most likely his drone will check this direction to the right, and then. Oh wow, and this probe is a very early scout actually. It's scouting after pylon, and oh my, it's going the right direction. Okay, he almost turned around there when he didn't see the hatchery. Okay, so he's definitely going to be able to spot the 6 pool again. Now DongRaeGu is going to send a drone out to the right, the overlord out to the left, and then from there he'll be able to deduce exactly where his opponent is. Now TT1 did decide to do a forge fast expand. He's going to build the forge on the low ground, and actually maybe he won't try to be tricky about this, but I was going to say actually he could possibly get, if he built a couple cannons, he could actually, or maybe somehow build a wall here to stop the Zerglings from even getting into his base at all, because then that would mean that he wouldn't lose these 2 buildings, which would put him considerably farther ahead than normal. But it looks like he is just going to build a pylon in his base, build a cannon in his base, sacrifice these 2 buildings, and go ahead and let the 6 pool take over. Oops, accidentally clicked at that tab, did not mean to do that. I cannot believe that DongRaeGu is ballsy enough to 6 pool twice. And you can see he's already switched into drone production. I think he's meaning to transition out of it. I think this must just be his answer to a forge fast expand, I suppose. He's going to move into the base. Now all the drones really need to do is they're going to bounce around. They're going to attack the Zerglings there. The Zerglings are going to try to play around with the cannon. They're not going to be able to do much, but they can stop the probes from mining. That's the big thing. And cannon is going to finish. That's going to scare the Zerglings away. Zerglings will be able to take out. He's already queued to take out those 2 buildings right there, while DongRaeGu is going to get as many more additional drones as possible. He's probably going to expand, get a queen, another queen in his expansion, and maybe try to take a quick third again. Possibly a hidden third like he did before, but we have a proxy gateway follow-up to this. I absolutely love this. Oh my god. Okay, so this is a cheese on cheese fest right now. Oh wow. Okay, so we've got 3 gateways right now. So normally okay, so TT1 gets credit for this. But okay, so DongRaeGu is gonna see, okay, he's building a gateway at home, and this is gonna be like, okay, he's building a gateway at home. But DongRaeGu might notice the lack of a pylon here. To be perfectly honest, I think it's very possible that he could notice the lack of a pylon there, especially if he loses that gateway. That gateway wasn't correctly placed, and he just canceled it. DongRaeGu might be a little suspicious right now as a result of the fact that he allowed for that canceled pylon. DongRaeGu has not. Oh no, wait. See, okay, that's a Zergling. He is sending a drone out to build a hatchery. Now, is he going to check for pylons? I think that's what this Zergling is doing, and I think that Zergling is going to go ahead and check. And he's absolutely is going to go ahead and spot these 3 gateways right here. TT1 is now aware that those gateways have been spotted. He is building out of all 3 of them right now. He's going to want to keep that Zealot alive. Nice job tucking him up against the wall so we cannot get a full surround there. But Zealot Buddy is going to go ahead and join him. But it looks like both of those Zealots might get taken out right away, but his second Zealot Buddy is going to go ahead and come out. DongRaeGu is now going to try to put as much pressure as possible on. He's going to build constant amounts of Zerglings. And TT1's goal is going to be able to cancel the third at this point in time. You can see TT1 is up by 8 supply. Now, I mean, I guess like part of it was that he was thrown off kilter by, you know, the 6 pool again, and losing to the 6 pool the first time was definitely a big loss to him, at least in his opinion. I would definitely be shaken up by that, which is why I went for the proxy 3 gateways. I think he just hoped to throw DongRaeGu off, as DongRaeGu was hoping to throw him off with those 6 pools. And so it looks like he is just going to go ahead and start sending those Zealots up into his opponent's base. Nice rally point on this gateway right here. The reason it's set that way is to make sure the Zealot doesn't somehow auto-spawn back here, and of course he would never be able to get it back again. Meanwhile, we do have actually a Forge going up, so it looks like he's actually going to transition to a Forge fast expand, as interesting as that is, if if this attack ends up not being successful, as he does have a pretty big mineral income and a very large supply lead right now on DongRaeGu, and he's forcing a lot of Zerglings actually from DongRaeGu. It looks like DongRaeGu is just going to play around with these Zealots, that he's going to move to cut off reinforcements, and actually, okay, so TT1, I suppose he sort of has to follow those Zerglings, but on the other hand, he really has to just go for the base. He can't chase those Zerglings around. They're faster than the Zealots, so there's no reason to keep chasing them. So, I mean, like, oh, now that speed's done, I mean, there's just no hope. I mean, I just don't know. What is he doing? Why does he keep going back? Well, he needs to split, maybe send a Zealot back, and then send the rest of the Zealots forward. You can't keep dancing like that. It's way too long that he's been dancing right now. There's going to be so many Zerglings out. Look at all these extra Zerglings in reserve, in addition to these Zerglings right here that are bouncing around, that are going to be able to get a very nice round on these Zealots. These Zealots will be able to clean them up pretty well. I think it's hard to say exactly how the Zealots are, if the Zealots are going to win or not. It really is heavily dependent on positioning. Looks like he is just going to ball up. Possibly DongRaeGu is going for a counterattack. Indeed, he does get into the base. There is one cannon was in fact taken out at the base before. I guess I missed that little bit of a counterattack right there. Meanwhile, the natural is getting attacked right now. Looks like those probes, at the cost of many of their lives, were in fact able to take it out, and the cannon was able to finish again. He did rebuild the forge on the low ground right there, which is going to make it vulnerable there. It looks like these Zealots are going to get completely surrounded by Zerglings and be taken out with help from the Broodlings right there. DongRaeGu, a little bit of missed micro pulls the Zerglings off just a little bit too soon. Not too big of a deal, though. There are some reserve Zealots right here, which should be able to deal some damage to those Zerglings, but they are going to go down as well. And actually, I think really TT1 is going to be in a tough nut right now after this, although DongRaeGu is really on a like economy. How many drones does he have? He only has... Ooh, he's two less drones, but he's getting a couple of spine crawlers. So what does he have? He has 13 drones right now. Looks like those Zerglings are going to go ahead and take out the forge and the pylon. So he just has this cannon and these pylon wall, and that's kind of it defending his base. Meanwhile, there is going to be a Zealot counterattack. Now, the Zealot counterattack, actually, if he doesn't send these forces home soon, DongRaeGu could be in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to want to put these... He's going to want to stop command. He's not going to want to attack. Oh, but he doesn't handle that quite correctly yet. He is going to have to be forced to attack right now, and that cannon is going to be taken down very, very quickly, as well as a large amount of probes are being killed right now. Really what he wanted to do is get a full surround right there and a stop command. Looks like that's not going to be the case. Meanwhile, drones were pulled in order to deal with these Zealots, as well as a bunch of Zerglings right here. Looks like the Zealots just barely able to remain victorious, but there is still a spine crawler whacking at them right now. There are 2 drones left alive, but 2 reinforcement Zealots are going to come in, possibly save the day. Looks like they are able to be able to focus on the spine crawler right there. And oh my god, is TT1 going to be able to win this? Okay, so he's now attacking the spine crawler, or the hatchery rather. These 2 reserve Zealots are going to have to be very, very careful. They're going to want to hug the wall as much as possible. He's controlling them right now. Oh, he loses a little bit too much space right there. Nice job getting them inside. He's going to try to focus down the drone. He really wants to kill that last drone, as if he kills that last drone. Oh, nice. And he's able to win the game. All right. Woof. Okay, so... Was that all of his probes were taken out? Or did he pull his probes? Okay, so I think there was one last counterattack. Oh my god. Okay, so there was one last... Oh my, this is as absurd of a game as there is. So there's one last counterattack which wiped out all of the rest of his probes right there. So he's got these 4 Zerglings left. He has this drone, and then versus these 5 Zealots. And I mean, DongRaeGu can be really smart about this. All he has to do really is weaken the spawning pool down to like 1 health. And then kill the extractor if he doesn't want to deal with the broodlings, is what I'm talking about. Kill the extractor, and then kill the hatchery. The hatchery's creeper with seed, and then the spawning pool kill itself without your Zealots having to survive. And you can even so even if the broodlings plus the Zerglings were able to defeat those broodlings, then actually you could even split it off. You put 1 Zealot here and then the rest here, and then just finish off both buildings at once. He doesn't even have enough minerals to, even if he gets this drone out, to be able to build an extractor. A surprise extractor, so even if he was able to take out those 4 Zealots, he wouldn't matter because his buildings would die before the Zerglings got back, and he definitely would not be able to kill 5 Zealots with 4 Zerglings. Even with the Broodling help, that wouldn't matter. But I'm just saying, possible strategy if you get to one of those low back situations. So the proxy gateways to counter the 6 pool succeeds, and actually did not think it was going to succeed. It seemed like TT1 was going to end up losing that game, but barely by the skin of his teeth, he ends up winning with no probes, not enough minerals to build a probe, and 5 zealots. What a crazy game. And I cannot believe that DongRaeGu 6-pooled again. And he paid the price this time, though, and we're going to go on ahead and move on to game number 4. This is PGL Milncraft signing off.